Welcome to the video on tangent and normal functions. So first we'll learn about a tangent function. A tangent function is a line that goes through the main function with the same slope as the point it goes through. So it'll touch one point, like in this picture here, and then your slope at that point exactly is going to be the slope of your line. So for writing a tangent function, when given a function and an x value, you'll plug in the x value into the original function to find a point. Then you'll find the derivative of the original function and plug the x value into the derivative to find the slope at that same point. At that point, you'll have a point and a slope, so you can use those to write the equation of the tangent line using your point-slope form, and then you'll solve for y. A normal function is a linear function that goes through the main function with a slope perpendicular to the slope at the point it goes through. So in this one, it's going through that same point, but your slope is perpendicular to your slope at 1/1/2. So to write a normal function, when given a function and an x value, you'll plug the x value into the function to find a point. Then you'll find the derivative of the original function and plug in the x value to the derivative to find the slope at that point. So up to this step, it's the same as your tangent function, but then you need to find the slope of the normal line by taking the opposite reciprocal of the slope of the original function at that point. So if your original function had a slope of 1/2, you'll flip that fraction, so it'll be 2/1, which is just 2, and then you'll use the opposite sign, so it would be -2. So then that will be your slope for your normal function, and you'll use your point and that slope to write an equation of the normal line, and then you'll solve that line for y. So here we have our first IB practice question, which is no calculator. It says, find the equation of a line tangent to the function f of x equals 2x cubed plus 3x squared plus x minus 1 at x equals 3. So our first step is plugging x into the original function. So we're going to find f of 3, which will equal 2 times 3 cubed plus 3 times 3 squared plus 3 minus 1. So this equals 2 times 27 plus 3 times 9 plus 3 minus 1, which equals 54 plus 27 plus 3 minus 1, which equals 83. So your point would be 3, 83. Now we need to find our slope, so we'll find our derivative. So f prime of x will equal 3 times 2 is 6 times x squared, because we took away 1 from the exponent. 2 times 3 is 6 times x, and then plus 1, because there's a 1 in front of here, and our exponent was 1. So 1 times 1 is 1, and then now we have x to the 0. So there's our derivative, and we'll plug in 3 to find our slope at 3. F prime of 3 equals 6 times 3 squared plus 6 times 3 plus 1, which equals 6 times 9 plus 18 plus 1, which is 54 plus 18 plus 1, which equals 73. So the slope at that point is 73. So we'll plug this into our y minus y1 equals mx minus x1. So y minus our y, which was 83, equals our slope, which was 73, times x minus our x, which was 3. So then we have y minus 83 equals 73x minus 73 times 3, which is 219. And then we'll add 83 to both sides to get that y equals 73x minus 136. So the equation of the tangent line is y equals 73x minus 136. Now we have our second IB practice question. It says, find the coordinate of the point or points where the normal line has a slope of 1/3 and the function is f of x equals negative 2x squared plus 5x minus 1. So we want to know when the normal line has a slope of 1/3. So if our normal line has a slope of 1/3, our function will have a slope that's the opposite reciprocal. So the opposite of that is going to be negative, and it's going to be 3/1. So we need to find the slope of negative 3. So to do that, we'll find our derivative. So f prime of x equals negative 4x plus 5, and we need to know when that equals negative 3. So negative 3 equals negative 4x plus 5. We'll subtract 5 from both sides to get negative 8 equals negative 4x, and then divide by negative 4 to get that x equals 2. So when x equals 2, the normal line has a slope of 1/3, and we need to find the coordinate, so we'll go back to our original function and plug in 2. So f of 2 equals negative 2 times 2 squared plus 5 times 2 minus 1, which equals negative 2 times 4, so negative 8 plus 5 times 2, which is 10, minus 1. So that will equal 1. So the point where our normal line has a slope of 1/3 is when x is 2 and y is 1. So this would be our coordinate. So in summary, a tangent line is a linear function that goes through the main function with the same slope as the point it goes through. For writing a tangent function when given a function and an x value, you'll find the point using the function and a slope using the derivative, then write a linear equation. A normal line is a linear function that goes through the main function with a slope perpendicular to the slope at the point it goes through. When writing a normal function when given a function and an x value, you'll find the point using the function and the opposite reciprocal of the slope using the derivative, and then you'll write a linear equation. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching.